Hi, Layla.
I'm so happy to have you today on this talk show, which aims at highlighting inspiring path. Thank you for accepting this invitation. To start this interview, can you tell us about you, where you're from, your origin, your roots?
Sure, absolutely. So my name is Anne. I'm one of the founders of Aquaswim. Um, as the accent can tell, I grew up in the UK, but I was actually born in Nigeria to Nigerian and Ghanaian parents. I have lived in Geneva, Switzerland for the past 15 years, with a career in regulatory finance in the private banking space.
Oh, nice. So, and how can you tell us a bit how you come, how you did? I mean, what made you come to Switzerland from Nigeria?
Sure. So, born in Nigeria, I was raised, did most of my education in the UK,
Okay.
just outside of London. So I decided to do my master's in international relations, in Switzerland, and what better place than in Geneva, of course. I got a scholarship to a great university, and I never intended to stay in Switzerland, to be honest. So it accidentally happened when I got an internship, and then one job led to another, and somehow over a decade later, I'm still here.
You're still in Geneva. That's
Yeah.
great. And regarding these choices of international relations, what made you make that choice? Why did you study this field?
I think coming from you know, two different cultures, as I like to say. My parents were half Nigerian, half Ghanaian. And then also growing up in the UK, I was always made really aware of the importance of, multiculturalism and different political frameworks and how different regulators work, how different countries cooperate with each other. So it was always really interesting for me to go a bit deeper into this field. I had a quick introduction during my bachelor where I studied law. So I think it gave me that, historical context that I needed, and it was really interesting. I definitely recommend it to anybody who has an interest in understanding the way the world works.
Hmm, nice. And so after this master, you did this internship in international relations, but you were talking about finance.
Yes.
So what made you make this move?
Sure. So one of the topics I majored in for my master's was actually financial regulation. So financial regulation, also the deregulation as well, which some countries went through. And that led me into my first internship at a private bank. And then, one thing led to another, and I think that one internship actually catapulted my career.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like that. Like the internship
Yeah.
can drive your career in a certain
Absolutely.
way.
Absolutely. And I always say it's something that, you know, when you're studying and you don't know what to do, I always recommend try anything, try everything. Before my master's, I actually did an internship in the legal department at Ralph Lauren in London. So very, very different. I thought I was going to really focus my career on, on law, becoming hopefully like an in-house counsel. So, I did it. I gave it a go and I realized law really wasn't for me. And another topic that I enjoyed was international relations and international law, which is how, I
Mhm.
chose my master and yeah, and so forth. So I always say, try it. Don't say no when you're young, try.
Always try to see what you like and what you can discover.
Definitely. Exactly that.
Nice. And so when you did this internship in the banking, you had different roles. I saw on your LinkedIn. You
Yes.
have different jobs. Can you tell us more about this specific path in finance
Sure.
to
So
understand?
one of my first internships and first positions was in a company called Diligence. In that company, they really focused on due diligence, research, investigations, really focusing in on supporting law firms and also financial institutions, specifically on asset tracing, and ensuring that their clients were being compliant with their regulations. So it really helped me dig into the financial space, understanding, how FINMA, the Swiss regulatory body, works, how other regulatory bodies, like in the US, the OCC, the FCA in the UK. So, how do all of these different global leading international regulators work together to ensure global and also local compliance? So, it's sort of how my career, I almost became an SME by accident, but it's an accident I'm very happy with now.
Wow, amazing. And so you did a lot of different jobs in this specific field
Yeah.
until the final job was a vice president in compliance again.
Yes, exactly. So, it was really great, to be honest. I definitely don't regret the 15 years I spent working in private banking. Um, I think it really gave me an incredible ability to work in a very structured manner. I was able to, you know, really hone in and define, you know, what makes a good team, what makes good processes, and also customer service, right? Because being able to, working in private banking, the bankers have to, provide excellent customer service to the external clients. But internally, I would have to provide customer service to, my colleagues and the bankers themselves. So learning how to manage vertically, and also horizontally within my team and the team I managed, it's it was really a great experience professionally, but also personally as well.
Mm. Wow, very rich.
Yeah, definitely. Highly recommend. There's lots of different graduate programs. There's lots of different internship opportunities at banks. Even if you didn't study finance, accounting, etc., I really recommend it to anyone to, yeah, seek out an internship in banking, because it can lead you into so many different fields.
Mm. Because you discover so many fields, so many, and you develop a lot of skills, different skills.
Absolutely. Yeah. You develop a lot of different skills. And I think most importantly, you develop a really unique, we like to call it ways of working. So how do you work? How are you structured? How are you organized? And this is something that I always highly suggest, especially to any new graduates. And it's also something that I really advocate for in some of the mentoring work that I've done throughout my career as well.
Wow. So after these 15 years in finance, very passionate about finance, I assume during this time, what
Yes, very.
happened? What happened in your life? What
Yeah.
changed? What make you think about something else?
So I became a mother, which I think changes everyone. So really what happened was life. As any parent does, I had my son enrolled in a swim class at a swim school based in Geneva, where we live. And unfortunately, my son had a drowning accident during the swim class. Um, this was pretty shocking for me. Um, Shocking for multiple reasons. Shocking because when I was younger, and I was in Nigeria, with my family, I also had a bit of a drowning accident, which is, I don't want to say understandable, but understandable in the sense of the context, right? Because this was in Nigeria. Especially back then, it was not as developed as it is now. And I had to ask myself the question, why? How did my son in Geneva, Switzerland, have a drowning accident during a swim class? And me, myself, I had that same similar experience in a developing country in Africa. And I think that led me down, a really big road of discovery, doing a lot of research, understanding, what is the swim curriculum in Switzerland, what are the class ratios, um, and recommendations. So it just got my brain ticking.
Wow. So what,
But
what
my
did you
son was okay.
discover? What did you do? What were the reason, the factors that has pushed this event to happen?
Sure. So unfortunately, the Swiss Aquatics, which is the governing body for swimming in Switzerland, it's an incredible, robust, active body within the swim space. Um, However, the Learn to Swim curriculum and the pedagogy is quite dated, and the recommendation for my child's age group is, 9 to 12 children for one coach. And this ratio in today's, modern world of children who may not have the same level of focus and attention as they did, even just 10 years ago or 15 years ago,
Mhm.
um, it's just too much. And unfortunately, it was just a case of the one coach had too many children in the water. His eyes was turned probably looking after another child. And my son just, slipped underwater for 15 seconds. Um, and thankfully, he was resuscitated and he's fine now. But knowing that it takes, 20 seconds for a child to, you know, lose consciousness fully and, for an accident to become critical, I was just 5 seconds away from that. So, you know, it really made me really think about what are we giving our children in terms of swim, in terms of education, what is accessibility looking like. So I really, I spent, I would say, a good subsequent 2 years doing a lot of research to understand the industry more.
Wow. So you made these researches, and what, how how did you think about creating something out of it? How did you end up having an idea around the business?
So
Or yeah.
it actually happened just, I would say, a little bit by chance.
Okay.
Again, going quickly back to, my career in banking and working in the control space and being somebody that I say I enjoy research as well. I enjoy understanding, the root of a problem and why something is happening in a certain way. So, I did a lot of discovery. I spoke to the Swiss Aquatics Association to understand, why is this recommendation in place? I spoke to people in public sector, private sector to understand, how many swimming pools do we have? What is the, you know, curriculum? How is the curriculum applied? And also, most importantly, I got in contact with the SLRG, which is German, but in French it's the Société de Sauvetage Switzerland, and it's the governing body that oversees drowning prevention, and they really advocate for safe swim. So the main problem that we found was firstly, um, the curriculum is out of date in terms of the class ratio recommendation. And secondly, there is not enough access to swimming pools. So not enough swimming pools um, to meet the demands of the growing Swiss population. Um, and the SLRG actually recently, as just I believe about a month ago, issued their 2024 statistics, which stated that, almost 50%, I think the figure is exactly 44% of school children do not have access to swim classes, even though you have a really strong emphasis on swimming in Switzerland, even though we have Curriculum 21, which is a commitment that 21 cantons have made to teach swimming at schools. So it's a commitment, right?
Mm.
So unfortunately, if you don't have access to a pool, you cannot fulfill that commitment.
Yeah, of course.
And that's really the problem,
Mhm.
access.
So you ended up having this information as you did this investigation, just like you were doing before with the regulators. You were saying like I wanted to know how they work together, the regulators, like that. You were digging into this and trying to investigate to know how they work together, what are the problems, the issues, the roots, and then next.
But
Let's
then
say.
the next, and then as usual, my brain keeps ticking, and I think to myself, how do other countries do it? You know, Switzerland's not alone. There's many other
Mm,
countries that, have swimming classes. Swimming is universal, right? It's
yeah.
not exclusive.
Yes.
Um, and what I did then was actually a bit of on-ground research. So any new city I visited, even back in my hometown, um, I would also, visit on vacation. I actually enrolled my son into just a quick drop-in class. I think over the course of a year, he probably tried, and I visited over 15 different swim schools, from the US to Bali, UK, and I had to, get a bit of a taste of what other countries are doing. Um, and what's successful in other countries. And I realized there were a few different points that were quite obvious. Firstly, the class ratios for
Mm,
private swim schools were just significantly lower. So
mm,
usually on average, it was at the very maximum, very, very maximum, it was six children to one coach. But the trend was trying to push towards, one coach to four children. So just understanding that the curriculum is more, in French we say ludique, so more fun, more interactive. It was also class sizes were smaller, and there were also more innovative means of creating and teaching swim classes. So that was something that was really eye-opening for me. And I thought, we could do this in Switzerland. Why not? Why haven't we? And I think that was really what kickstarted the idea that, Aquaswim came to life. And I thought, let's give this a go.
wow, nice. That's very interesting to see the path because you've been looking for it, like hungry to know more, to understand. Was that because you had a shock with your kid? It was
Absolutely.
very emotional, right? It
It
took
was very emotional. And I
mm,
think, and it was my son, my first son,
mm,
I had to, you know, it was a really pivotal moment because I knew in that moment I can't run away. I knew my son had to learn how to swim.
mm,
But then I had to ask myself, do I want to keep him in that swim class? There really wasn't many other options. Um, and I had to just stop and think, this can't happen to any of my other children I'll have in the future. And it also shouldn't happen to any parent anywhere around the world, and especially in Switzerland, where, we are one of the most wealthiest countries um, in the world. So to think that something so preventable, um, really, from my personal view, it was 100%
mm,
preventable. And that's really what gave me the drive and the commitment to understand and to really make a change. And I think a lot of that drive and ability that I had learnt, to do research, to understand, also to speak to people, to you know have a passion for a topic. I really did take that from my career and put it towards the swim industry.
that's interesting. So, wow, amazing. We
Thank
we can understand now how you ended up like having this idea, and it gives like you have like something driving you from your guts, let's say, to do that, to look for a solution. And that's why they say when someone is creating a business, usually they have a problem and they're looking for a solution, and we
Yeah,
are right into this specific case.
absolutely.
So you created this swim academy, Aquaswim Academy, which is the first Swiss swim academy. You are based in different cities. You have classes in Geneva, Lausanne, Aubonne, Montreux, and even more. If I'm not mistaken, you are looking for Bâle, or you are already in Bâle. Tell me.
So we're looking for other facilities. So the way that Aquaswim works is our pedagogy is different. We
Mhm.
focus on both strokes, so learning the classical strokes, like you would do in one of these pools behind me, like front crawl, back crawl, etc. And we
Mhm.
also focus on survival. So we are a stroke and survival based swim school. Um, so we focus also, in addition to the classical strokes, you know, how can a child or even some adults that we've actually taught as well, how can they survive in any body of water?
Mhm.
How do you learn how to tread water? How do you learn how to, float, for example, for 2 minutes, 5 minutes? Um, and these really key skills that are needed in order to truly survive. So that's really our difference in terms of our
Mhm.
pedagogy. And what we have decided to do was use pre-existing swimming pools that are um, not in use. So, for example, our pool in Aubonne or our pool in Montreux
Mhm.
actually belong to private wellness clinics. And on the weekends and some evenings, those clinics are not being used, those swimming pools. So we're leveraging pre-existing infrastructure to scale our business and also to teach our swim classes.
Do you
So
think it will be enough, Anne, or do you think at some point you will have to build your own swimming pool?
I think at some point that will definitely, fix the access problem.
Okay.
But I think that is something that has to be done in collaboration with local communities and also with communes as well to partner on building that awareness and also partner on the project as well. And that's something that we're working on at the moment.
Wow. So yeah, so you were saying you are focusing on safety first. You have a safety first approach, which differentiate your business from other academy, let's say. You are offering different services. Can you tell us more about that?
Cool. So, aqua swimmers, we like to say, is we want to make swimming fun again, right? We want to make it fun, interactive, and a space and a place where children feel safe
Mhm.
because water safety and safety first is really the heart of everything we do. So, one of the different things that we provide is we run swim camps during school holidays, and these swim camps are half day water, half day sport. So, for example, in the location behind me, which is one of the pools that we use in Lausanne, the children get their safety first swim classes, and then in the afternoon we have experts in tennis, football, etc., and they'll do some other sports with them as well. So it really makes children feel that swimming is equal to football, as interesting, as active, as challenging, as fun, if you learn how to swim safely. And so we offer camps, but we also offer also parties, swim parties. And this is where, a child or one of our swimmers can bring together their friends, their community, and celebrate in the water, celebrate in a safe, controlled space because we have excellent, well qualified and trained lifeguards, swim coaches, pro coaches. Um, and they really are able to bring that fun, safe environment to the water.
Nice. And I saw also that you are also offering services for babies, parents and babies, prenatal swim, also classes. Um, can you tell us more about this these services that you're offering?
Sure. So what we like to say with swimming is it's probably the only sport that a human, anyone can enjoy from birth till the last moments of our life, right? So we're born in a body of water, right? In the amniotic fluid. And swimming is exactly that. So we provide incredible prenatal custom program where an expectant mother can enjoy that weightless feeling. Every pregnant woman knows how heavy you feel when you have one baby, let alone imagine two or three babies in your tummy. So we provide that fitness and that wellness um, program in the water. And then what we tend to see is those clients then come back with their babies, and we have a parent and baby program. And then that journey continues into our toddler program where the child learns how to swim alone safely in the water and then onwards. So we really focus on the full aquatic journey of all of our clients. And it's something that not only differentiates us, but it really makes it clear to our clientele how how diverse water is and how it can be enjoyed, in different ways.
Mm. And if we want to enroll in one of your program, where can we find you?
Sure. I always say the best way to find us is on social media. Instagram us on our website,
Mhm.
aquaswim.ch. You can very easily book a free swim trial. So we offer trial classes where anyone who's interested in, learning how to swim, perfect their swim, learn a bit more about water safety, they can enroll and sign up for a trial so they get a feel and understanding of how we operate, what we teach, how we teach, which is also quite unique. We teach in a bilingual format, so we ensure that all the students in the class really understand the swimming class. And also, I think, you know, a great way to contact us is just call us. There's always somebody at the other end of the phone to speak to a potential swimmer, to explain to them a bit about what we do and how we do things.
Okay. And if the person comes and do the trial, then the person will know how many classes, what kind of classes they need. Do you have levels? How does that work?
So we have 9 levels at the moment, and each level is divided into sort of a beginner, intermediate, advanced category. And the way that our classes are structured is we usually have a weekly swim class, so it's not too heavy on the swimmer because it is very intense when you're swimming because I should say there's no break. So our classes vary in time from 30 to 45 minutes per class, and we offer different services in terms of different ways of paying. We offer monthly payment, which is quite rare in Switzerland at the moment. So clients can pay monthly or per trimester. And another great added value, because really customer service is really key to us as a company. Um, we offer reimbursements for the health insurance. So we're certified, which is the highest accreditation you can get for customer service in Switzerland, and we're recognized by Swiss health insurers as well. So it's great for families to know that when you enroll with us, you can actually get a reimbursement for the swim classes by your Swiss health insurer.
Oh wow. Even if you don't have, let's say, a disease that requires you to know how to swim and to be in the water, you can pretend to this reimbursement?
Yep. So
Oh
you can
wow.
get the reimbursement. It depends, of course, depending on which health insurer.
Mm.
But Swiss health insurance, it does cover it because our program specifically was recognized as a wellness, fitness, and a real need from a health perspective in the country. So this is I think this is something that, we had to, it was a year-long process to get that accreditation and specialization, but we're happy to offer that to our clients because it really illustrates and shows it validates, can I say, our
Mhm.
program, our swim program.
Interesting. Wow. Thank you. Amazing. It's very, thank you for all this information. And I hope that we have given a lot of information to people who are looking for the best, let's say, swim academy. I
Yeah.
will put all the information in the description of the video so they know how to contact you, contact your team, and make sure they can have a trial to see how you can help them. Thank you so much, Anne, for this interview, for all this information, for your inspirational path, which I know will also inspire people who look for their path, for look for what they can do in their life, a meaningful path where they can impact, where they can enjoy. What can we wish you for 2025, let's say?
For 2025, it's just to have more of an impact, really. You know, I always like to say we are business owners, but ultimately, we're a community at Aquaswim. We have our seasonal parties, which are free of charge, where we get the community together. We enjoy the water, we enjoy each other, and our swimmers can not just meet the coaches, but also meet the founders, myself, and join the community. I think that's something to grow the community. That's what we're looking to do in 2025.
To grow the community.
Definitely.
We wish you then to grow the community more and more and to have a lot of people around and people who enroll in your programs, which are amazing. I'm always very impressed because the first time I see that, even me at my age, I still don't know how to swim, which is crazy.
Oh
Um,
no.
so I will enroll for sure.
You have to join our adult program. It's
I'll come.
incredible. Yeah, definitely. It's a great community of adults. They swim, they talk, they connect. It's a great opportunity.
Great opportunity. Yeah, I will tell you that in off. Thank you
We'll
so
take that
much,
offline.
Anne. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Layla. Much appreciated.